I see is you being like, so-and-so's name. What the fuck? Like literally the first three words I hear you
So
say.
I have it turned up so my alerts like feed into my headset because like I've been doing videos and I'm like I swear a lot, guys, and so the whole swear jar was supposed to dad paying the kids and then unfortunately I just didn't work out.
What do you mean?
Obviously I'm swearing more than I used to.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like the whole idea of giving money away to people because I thought
Yeah,
you
no,
had
I
like
don't
200. You had like $230 in there when I was looking the other
Oh
day.
yeah,
Man.
it's like I think it's like 270 now or something. I don't even know.
Wow.
Yes, we have problems.
It's all good.
Used to
I
be
mean, when
no
you got it,
problem.
when you got a tier 5 hype train going, you got to get hype somehow, right? I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, just the yeah, it's just it is what it is.
man, look, anybody that knows you or like is a fan of yours, they eat
Yeah.
that shit up. So like, I mean, it's you're playing into your audience. Like you weren't just being like, I'm fucking mad. This is
Yeah,
bullshit. You
I
were
did
like,
I actually did have a rant. I did talk about how people could be.
oh, I missed that.
You missed the asshole rant.
Oh, is it an RTA asshole rant?
No, it was basically it was a rant about saying that because somebody accidentally leaked something from the Envoy channel. Somebody, and so I was like, you
I
get
saw
mad
that.
at you get mad at a coworker who purposely does something wrong. That's an asshole.
Right.
But somebody
right.
like that who does something by accident, he basically, yeah, not a deal. I mean, that's one of those things that any one of us could have done that easily. Especially because at the end of it, it's like, add here, say this to your audience, and you probably didn't
Yeah.
scroll up and say. If you scroll, you're like, oh.
Yeah. All right, we're live, huh?
We are live. Yes, we are.
Okay, so I gotta watch my mouth.
You don't have to watch anything until we hit record.
Why is that?
Wait, so is this the episode that's gonna be on the strike time, or is it the other one?
Who knows? One or two. We'll see.
Well, the reason I ask is because the last one we started off with a 5-minute conversation about Cobra Kai.
Doesn't matter. Straight
I'm
up,
like,
just doesn't
I'm like,
matter.
people are gonna look at this thing and be like, wait, where are they gonna talk about MSF?
And then we went into a 2-minute rant about Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yeah,
After
yeah. But that's the OG podcast for you.
OG Tangent Podcast.
We like to have fun. We like to vent our frustrations.
Fun?
And,
What is that? We don't know anything about fun. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're gonna. If you want to change this, we could. Well, I gotta be careful. I probably shouldn't say this. We're not recording yet, but I can say that RTA is funky, except without the fun, just with the KY.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, RTA is
Fuck.
fuckery.
It's fun. It's funky, just without the
There's
fun,
a whole lot of
but with the KY.
yeah. I'm still waiting to
Trademark,
get into my
by the way. That's
my
trademarked.
final...
If I see you guys using that, I'm throw a copyright strike your way.
Gotcha. Okay. I would not like to get hit with that copyright hammer.
Copyright.
I don't get that kind of money. I was seeing people drive, dude. I drove down to Costco this morning. I don't know what is going on, but like everybody and their mother was at Costco, and everybody that was leaving Costco had like stacks of toilet paper, paper towels, and bottles of water.
It's
I
almost
don't
like
get
there's
it.
a global epidemic going on.
No, this was a whole. This was like, this reminded me of like day one though, like where people were shitting their pants, being like, "Oh my god, gotta have all the toilet paper and all the paper." I mean, like one dude walked out with literally like he was holding the top of it on his cart. He had 4 stacks of toilet paper. It's like,
People have never heard of a bidet, I guess.
are we? I was like, are we here again? Like, actually, you know what's funny, Charlie, is I ordered a bidet finally. Like they had a special on Amazon the other day, and I was like, screw it, I'm going for it. So
It's fun. Keeps your tush nice and clean.
Do you own
Yeah.
one?
Do I? Yes.
Yeah.
I have
You
two.
do?
Yeah.
they're not hard to install. This thing was like,
No.
I think I paid like $80 for it, and it was like, easy
Yep.
to install. So
Very
why
easy.
not? I mean, all these guys
Wow.
out here. That guy that I'm just explaining to you literally spent $80 on toilet paper. So there you go, right there. Like I just
I just use
circumvented
my
that entire
seashells
issue.
and move on.
Seashell. Ooh, what kind of? I don't know. I'm not going to continue
You
that
don't know
thought
the
process.
reference? Whoa!
No.
Whoa!
No.
Whoa! You don't know the reference?
No.
All right, we got oh my
Quick
god, you've
tangent
never seen
before we
that
start?
movie? You've never seen that movie?
There's a lot of movies I haven't seen, Believe it or
Oh
not.
my God, Charlie, I mean, I get that you make them for a living, but sometimes you just got to stop it and smell the roses and enjoy them because it's a great movie. It's actually a phenomenal movie
Oh, wait, I gotta
whose name I
stream.
can't remember right now.
There's just one girl streaming. I like absolutely love her.
I can't believe I forgot the name.
We're
I keep
streaming
saying
now, Chef. Come on.
I'm pulling up our stream, okay?
Demolition Man.
Yeah, Demolition Man.
I don't
He
know
doesn't
if
know how
I've
to
ever
use.
seen
It's
it.
the inside joke. He doesn't know.
Wait
how
a
to use
minute.
the
There
3
wasn't
seashells.
Demolition Man, the movie
Yes,
that
it was.
had like the Taco Bell in the future or
Yes.
something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Okay.
So you guys neither one of you.
Maybe.
Oh my God! As your internet dad,
So
I'm disappointed.
so just
My
so you
internet's not
know,
down.
when that movie came
internet
out,
dad.
Oh.
hey, when that movie came out, I was like a child, and I grew up in a Christian home, so my parents did not let me see
Okay, I got it.
PG-13 or rated R movies.
I understand,
so-
but there's one part of that I don't believe.
What?
You grew up.
Oh yeah, no, I never grew up. No. I'm still
All right,
child.
I'm gonna add it to my queue. 1993, huh?
Yeah,
It's kind of
Stallone?
funny.
It's a fun, goofy movie, but it's not to be taken seriously.
So Remen, it's kind of funny. I started talking with this girl I matched with her on Facebook dating,
Uh-oh.
and very nice, lovely
Facebook
woman.
dating.
Yeah, Facebook dating, dude. I figured I'd
my
try it out.
goodness.
Right, lovely woman. She's a data
What
analyst
is she?
out in
90? It's
Miami.
Facebook, right? So I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah. Actually, she's 34.
Wow,
So,
she's
I
old.
know, right? She's,
You called her a
whoa,
lady.
whoa,
and she's
bro! I'm
34?
35. I turned 36 in 2 weeks.
Stop. I'm laughing because he's like lady. I met this lovely lady.
Oh, this woman.
34.
Excuse me. This
Got it,
woman.
got
This
it.
grown ass woman with a career and she got shit going for herself. But anyways, we were talking and she's like, "So what are your hobbies?" And I was like, "Well, truthfully, because I mean, I openly stated in my profile like I am a nerd. Like, don't even get it mistaken. Like, I game, I podcast, I love Star Wars, Marvel. That's me, right?
Because they couldn't tell by the picture.
Right. You can't tell by the picture. So I mean, I got
I'm in
Yoda,
trouble. I gotta
machines,
shut up.
Marvel. So, anyways, I was like, yeah. So I love to game. I love to, I interact with the community that we podcast with, and she's like, so basically, you're just like a grown-up child, and I was like, that's actually the most eloquent way that somebody could have said that. Yes, a grown-up child, like,
And she's
you
still
know,
dating you.
that's well,
She's
she's interested. She's interested. So, we're gonna be going out sometime this week. So, and she's quite attractive. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Nice. So
See that, Charlie? My life, everything
is she a
turned around in
gamer?
3 days. Is she a
See, I
gamer?
told you.
No.
So then,
She's a nerd. So like, I mean, but she's open to it. She says she likes the stories. She just says she sucks at games. So like, that's usually somebody I can work with.
Does she like top 5 movies? Did you get that from her? Because that should be like the first. Honestly, like
I haven't gotten there yet.
If you're like choosing a life mate, like
yeah.
there's probably I gotta send you. We should make a list for you, just things like this, because like
That's actually a
obviously
good point.
You're focused way too much on the looks part. She's hot, yeah.
That's
and-
Miami, dude. I mean, that's how we are down here.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just that at some point that wears out. I mean, it's Miami, so they should all be hot, and you just move on.
But I
You just-
want a hot nerdy girl. Like I need
so
both.
start
you
with
know
the
what I'm
nerdy.
saying?
The hot will follow. I mean, that's it. just you're starting on the wrong side of the list here, baby.
That's
Yeah,
actually
so-
that's it. Yeah, I mean maybe that's been my problem. Maybe it's not the fact that I feel like I attract crazy women. It's the fact that I don't start with nerding first.
New
Personality
business,
is everything. Just saying.
new business venture, right? We can make our own. We're gonna make our own gaming. There is a. I showed you that. There are
Yeah, I
gaming-
know. I tried one of
You
them, and
didn't
it was
try
like,
you went on there one time. You saw there was no pretty girls. And you're like nobody. In
no,
Miami,
that's not
move on.
true, man. I had one of them. I had one of them for like at least a week, and I kept swiping every day, and I never got any matches. And then I realized that there weren't a lot of people on it, so it was like,
Yeah, I got it.
there was very definitely some very attractive women on there, but anyways, video games, Marvel Strike Force.
All right, I'll get it started in just a second.
Man, get my sneeze out of the way. Whew.
I'm so glad Ashley's not here because he would hate me so much right now.
He wouldn't even notice until I pointed it out.
He does not like this individual at all.
You didn't see his cup.
You
Oh, I
my
see the cup. That's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, just because Charlie knows that no matter what my political opinion is, when I see him, I'm gonna give him a big old hug and treat him like he's my brother. It doesn't matter, right? Because we're all friends. We're all trying to chase.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter any of that stuff. It just matters that we're all trying to play a video game that is
Yes.
really not fun right now.
And don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. That's a public service announcement. If you want to be an asshole, go home and be an asshole to your pillow or something like that, or yourself. No, actually, no, don't do that. That's self-deprecating. Don't do that. Be nice to yourself. Love yourself, but go be a dick to your pillow.
I love myself a lot. I've been married for so long.
Amen.
That's the intro.
And our woman.
And there's the intro.
Yeah.
You say strike time, right?
Strike time. Yes, exactly. That's quite the intro for Strike Time. I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. Everyone's going to be like, "What is going on with these guys?"
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Overachievers Gaming Podcast. I am your host, Vvash, joined as always with Chef Crondo. Ashy Pastrami's not here today. We told him to take a hike, so he listened to us.
Excuse
and
me,
he's
my
hiking
name
in
is
the woods.
Chef Crondi Pastrami today. Okay.
Crondi Pastrami. All right.
Yeah.
Joining us for round number 2 or 9 or whatever it is RemanX, a.k.a. Fat Gandalf.
Fat Gandalf. Have you never seen the movie? He has my beard, and now that it was definitely.
I have seen the movie. I just don't see you as a fat Gandalf. I mean, that's.
It's
I
the
just see
beard.
you as
It's
a
the beard.
badass.
It's the beard and the bald head, but that's it. That's okay. We'll we'll
Gotcha.
have fun with it.
So you can find us on Instagram at og.podcast. Our Twitter is overachieversp. Our website is ogpodcast.fm, where you can get this episode and every episode where we talk about video games, Marvel Strike Force, and dating advice for people who are looking to date
Yes.
in the Marvel universe. I don't know why I
Yes.
said that part, but it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Weird.
That's all the X-Men comics.
There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, there's nothing wrong with if you have an attraction to individuals that like to dress themselves up like comic book players, you do that, man, and enjoy it. Don't let anybody
Comic-Con
shame you.
is great.
It's the bomb. Actually, I've been to 2 cons in my lifetime, and the last one I went dressed as Chewbacca in my Chewbacca onesie. Probably one of the best days of my life. Like I had so much fun because you're immersed in this culture of people that are all on the same level of nerddom as you, except maybe even more, and nobody really judges you for acting
anything.
a fool. Yeah. It's literally amazing. So that's
It's
one thing
quite
that I
great.
really miss about the pandemic is that having cons and just those kind of social gatherings is something that I cannot wait to happen when it goes back to quote unquote normal.
Yeah, we'll see. In like 3 years, it'll be fine. But I miss movie theaters for me personally. But anyway,
yes.
we are here to talk about this game, Marvel Strike Force. But before we do that, here's a word from our sponsor. Just kidding. We don't have sponsors. Reman, where can people find you streaming and YouTube and all that fun stuff if they don't already know?
I am RemanX on YouTube, RemanX on Twitch, RemanX Force on Twitter. You guys can get stay up to date, and a lot more coming soon. So stay tuned.
Ooh, coming soon, huh? We'll talk about on the upcoming portion of everything. Looking forward to it. So let's talk about Marvel Strike Force. And there's a lot that happened. So we didn't do a stream last week or a podcast last week because we decided to take the week off. We've all been playing Star Wars The Old Republic. If you want to join up with us to play the fantastic game Star Wars The Old Republic, just join our Discord. Link below. We're all there hanging out, having a good
We're
time.
the OG pod racers.
OG
I love
pod
that name,
racers
dude.
on Star
I
Wars
love
The Old
that
Republic.
name,
Nice.
dude.
It's great. So let's talk about what happened the last 2 weeks. There's a lot of stuff that happened. The Red Guardian, Yelena, and now Kitty Pryde has been released. What do you guys think of the Skeletor team and the soon-to-be astonishing X-Men?
So I got an opinion on Skeletor. What do you think, Vashi Pastrami, the Chef Krondu, this old?
Well, let's just go ahead and throw it out there. I'm taking a hiatus from the game for 2 weeks for mental health reasons. So I kind of mental boomed after the 2 screen time events. It just pretty much I don't know, like the game just completely burnt out for me. Like spending 2 to 3 hours a day playing the game just became too much, and I'm, that's just it's something that I have, I this is totally off topic from what you guys are even saying, but it really grinds my gears. Actually, you know what? No. What was it that we said? It really fluffs my feathers. What was it? What was the analogy we used? Anyways, it bothers me that when I go into the Envoy chat and I express the fact that myself and at least 7 out of my 9 captains in our alliance are all massively burnt out on the game. Everybody wants to quit. The only reason that they're not quitting is because of the community that was built together, right? Now you have these individuals out there that are screaming for like, please stop doing these events, like stop making the screen time just like jack up in the game, and they're like so dead set on just cramming it down our throats that they even named one of the events screen time. Like, and
Yeah, I
and
thought
I
that was
just
funny.
I guess I'm just like at the point where I don't understand what they're doing with the game anymore. Like they genuinely have tanked the game, in my opinion, with the combination of RTA and the Greek slider. I don't think that that's the Greek slider for me was the nail in the coffin when I went in and my G15 or my G14 units were getting one shot by like a Kree Royal Guard. I was like, what am I doing here? Like, why do I even play this game? Like, why do I even spend the time to level up my characters to get one shot in difficulty 2 by a fucking Kree Royal Guard? Like, that's it. You can sit here and tell me all day long that I need to be level 80, that I need to increase my ISO, that I need to get this, I need to get that. None of it matters, man. It's red stars. And the game has hard dicked me on red stars, except for when Vash opens my shit and gets a 6-star wasp. And it's like, it's just like one of those things where I feel like it's this circular mindset that I have where I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like they're releasing something, this is fun, and then it becomes stressful, frustrating. They keep rolling out these events where I'm forced to do things if I want to stay relevant in the game. And combined with the fact that I own a small business, my mind just went poof, and I like lost my shit for like 3 days in a row. And Vash was like, hey man, take a break, and it's been great. So for anybody else out there that's feeling the same way that I've been feeling, just remember it's a game, and they have created this like FOMO that you cannot not log in for a day, otherwise you're gonna miss something. And it's like, dude, I feel like I have a problem. I feel like I'm addicted to the game, and like I don't know, it's been weird. And I it sucks because I love interacting with these people. I love interacting with the community, and that's the part that I get tripped up on the most, and yeah. Anyways, that's what I think about the Skeleton team.
Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, that was a long walk to the answer for the Skeleton question, but
Well,
I mean,
I had to throw it out there at the beginning because I mean, my expertise on what's been going on isn't going to be exactly as relevant as you two might know.
That's
So
okay.
I just wanted to throw it out there.
well, I'll tell you that, and that's the thing is like the Skeleton is like the epitome of part kind of what's wrong with the game is that there's a, it's basically doubling down on, the scarcity of resources, trying to get you to burn T4s, building up a team that was at the bottom of your roster to do something that probably 3 or 4 teams already do. And so it's the realm of Krakens, but the idea is it's locked behind probably one of the best character and best looking characters in the game. And so, I mean, the beer does it. But, from, just a personal preference. But, when it comes down to the idea that that this is going to be a standard as they rework characters, that it's going to be, if we look at Wave 1, it was very similar, where you had to have 6 new T4s to make them really hum. I mean, they were great, and it was, especially because, the impact that it had, especially Wave 1, is new players getting access to these characters. The power creep wasn't as, didn't hit them as hard, but, to make them usable. And you hit the nail on the head. I think the raid sliders are kind of basically a function of marketing. They're basically saying you need to buy something else to get it done. You're gonna, and we've always known that there's games like this function that way, is that, manufacture a problem and sell us the solution. And so that's just the nature of mobile games. And so if you pick up your phone and download, Rise of Champions or Marvel Contest of whatever, pick a game.
Yeah.
You're gonna face the same scenario. So
Yep.
so I will say that the Skeleton team, once the investment is there, works as advertised. But did it need to? And that's a whole nother question.
So are they just kind of like another Emma killer, or what's their strength?
Their strength really is that they're a flex team that's an Emma killer. So what it does, it lets you free up like a Black Order for something else. They basically, they're a high IQ team. They let you kind of like strip buffs on demand, and kind of it's a very thoughtful team. And so that appeals to me in many ways. But but that's like for the end game war scenario, and maybe that's a taste of what war will look like going forward. And I don't hate that. I like having that flexibility, but I think that they need to. You hit the nail on the head. All right. If we come to April, and I'm saying March, April, because that's what we heard in Strike Time with this ISO level 2s, and they don't make red stars more available. The make double the availability for promotion credits, make them available earlier, give us more red stars, something. Then I think that that impact. I'm going to buy I have to buy a whole new team to raid with. That's going to be a thing.
Yeah, I haven't actually used them. I think they're sitting around like 260K for me for the team. That's mainly because of Punisher and whatever. But like, I wasn't necessarily
Your
excited.
skeleton team?
Yeah, my skeleton team.
Yeah.
I wasn't necessarily. I actually haven't even used them. I use them in Blitz only and simulated Blitz, so I have no idea how they even perform. So I'm actually kind of curious. We have a war going on right now. I actually might use them right now while we're thinking about, because I have like one more attack that I have to use.
I know our alliance leader Metal. He has used them a few times. He went pretty hard on that team, and he loves them. Like he's pretty much like punching up against Emma, and he's saying it's like a walk in the park against him.
I mean, if you go hard on him, you're gonna get a great character in Red Guardian. You're enhancing a Punisher. Maybe you've got a big Punisher that's sitting on there, and you're like, one of my defenders aren't even winning at 7.1. Right, exactly. But that's the point. Is that's kind of like do I want to say a trap? Yeah, I'd probably say it's kind of a trap.
It's a trap. So it's a trap to make you like
Yeah.
level up some unnecessary characters, so to say.
They want to exhaust T4s. T4s are a resource that I tell people that that most of your teams will function without quote unquote required / essential T4s.
So you're saying that, in other words, they're trying to create a supply demand kind of issue for that, so that it ends up because the Kraken community isn't really buying as many red stars, so they're trying to evolve that into selling maybe more T4s. Is that kind of where you're saying?
So not saying that. I'm just saying that the more bottlenecks there are in the game, the more money they make. So
Right.
the idea is, people are sitting on tons of T4s because we've been trained that there are very few essential ones. There are very few that make a team really work, and so.
Like most people just don't go down the line and do all four of them for a person unless it's somebody like Ebony or Doc Ock or somebody that just really has all four abilities to be just over the top amazing. Yeah.
So I mean, and so like I said, from a design element, I get it. It's a mobile game, knowing that, geez, DD4 and the G15 grind, gold, red stars and training materials, level 80 has just been like this impact. And so, I mean, you guys know that I'm back in Legion of Cabal, right?
Are you really?
Oh, they're good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
playing with the big dogs.
I kind of want to get an inside look at 8.3, and it's a challenge even with these massive rosters to do it on a daily basis, and I think that's part of the problem, right?
Yeah.
I had a question for you. How do you think? Maybe this is something that you all talk about in Cabal, maybe you don't. How does the overall feel in that end of the community on the state of the game? I already know you kind of stated it. I can tell you're like not thrilled with what's going on in the game right now. Like, is that kind of
you want a detailed state of the game? I mean, do you want?
Yeah,
to go,
I would love it, dude. I want to open up that Pandora's box on us.
Might as well. I mean, right? It's it's the beginning of the year. We'll do it. We'll do the January state of the game. Want to make it a thing every year? We'll do it.
Sure.
I love it. Let's do it.
All right. State of the game. Real simple. We're feeling a crunch unlike we ever had. We've got a release pace because of this quote unquote long patch, where it's a repetitive character after character after character after character, and some that are being sold to us as the solution. Red Guardian, the solution to the skill tech debacle that was the previous raid. This new mutant team that looks like they're gonna be able to walk through this global content, which is the hardest lane, because symbiotes actually, can demolish the city lane. So I see what they're building towards, and with I think we're doubling down on bugs now. I think there's definitely, we're looking at the number of bugs that are still existent in the game that are still. And
they just don't even look at. They'll acknowledge them, but they don't even try to fix them.
Yeah, Well, I mean, it's not even that they don't try to fix them. We don't know behind the scenes. I mean, that's probably.
That's
I don't
true.
want.
That's true.
I don't want to say that they don't try to fix them.
I'm facetiously saying that.
Well, I'm saying that for the most part, it's just not being acknowledged, right? So
Fair.
so from that perspective, we got to think about the that there's really frustration marketing, right? You know, and so we probably U7 came out, the symbiotes came out, and we were able to just most of us click auto in the raids.
Yeah.
Most of us were like Simblets, yay! I don't have to spend that much time. And the people that were, you know, progressively blitzing every single time are now like, I can't get in the top 100 anymore because the big rosters are taking over those spots. So there's a lot of little things, and then RTA, real time agony. It's just
That's the best name I've heard so far.
it's just,
I love it.
It's just, and I'm agonized because I feel like I'm sitting there and I hate the player that I'm facing. Like it's just like I'm trying to separate it. I'm like, you know, they just want to get through these objectives just like me, but I feel frustrated because either if they don't quit, they may target the character that's an obvious carry, and it just feels wrong. And so, I mean, all these things, and I feel like the team is probably trying to address real-time arena. You know, they go way before the holidays. Real-time arena comes out, and they're probably like, it's on fire. What's going on? And you know,
Yeah.
and like we got little, you know, we got all those little bugs out there, and they're like little small little like, you know, like trash can fires. But somebody lit this whole dumpster on fire, and basically it's just really, you know, a problem. And so real-time arena just, you know, it misses the mark. Remember when games used to be fun?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and so there's so much potential for the mode.
Yeah.
This ain't it, guys. If this is what you're going for, this ain't it. It's just.
I would feel sad if I was a developer. I think I even said this on one of the pods. I would feel like very upset that I worked so hard on programming a game mode. I mean, you know, they spent like
Oh yeah.
a long time on this game mode, and as somebody that has personally flopped at development, I would feel like so empty inside to see that this is the end result of all of that labor. I mean, granted, you know they're going, well, if they're smart, they're going to listen to the uproar from the community, and they're going to find a way to improve it, which, I mean, it's there. I mean, the game mode is in the game. It's there. It is what it is, but something needs to be done to it. I have no idea what it is, but I mean, you got three guys sitting here right now that all have a very lackluster feeling about it, you know, and
Yeah.
Charlie hadn't even said a word yet. He's just over there
No.
like shaking his head like, yep.
I was just using Skeletorian War. Not great.
Well.
Oh,
So
well
I guess
then.
that settles that right there.
And
Yeah.
even I just tried it against like Doc Ock team, and it just did not go well. Granted, it was still like, you know, a 50k punch up or whatever, but still, I was just like, just got wiped. Floor just got wiped with them. But anyway.
Well, that was
No,
a great rant, by the way.
But let's.
yeah,
but
that
I want
was-
to address something with the real time arena though. How do you guys feel about the change in the abilities thing? Because they had
Worse.
the blog post about how they said like, okay, well, it wasn't intended for like all the knockouts and whatnot. Now we're going to change for people using abilities instead. You think you feel like it's worse?
way worse.
And why is
Because
that?
because originally you could take a team with Phoenix and 4 BS units, or I mean, granted, on my level of play, I don't know how somebody like Reman would deal with that, but I could take Phoenix and 4 like level 1 or just terrible units, hit the auto button, and and then you get matched against somebody that also is doing the same thing. So both people are gonna get 5 knockouts, and I could literally just bang that out while I was at work, stress free. Whereas the ability thing, oh my god, dude, like I sat there one day and I think I did probably like 30 or 40 fights, and I think I got like 30 or 40 abilities used, and it's like out of 600 in 1 week. What?
Well,
Who
I
got
think,
time for that? Not me.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Like you asked me, like what are the so the thing about the battle pass is my head hurts when I think about it, right? because there's G15 in there for the whales who need that to progress into Dark Dimension 4, who want Doom and are getting him and are like, what this is Doom? All right, no, I mean just realistically, but you know, it's the I think we can probably say that's you know I'm glad that we found the bug in it and they fixed it because he wasn't doing the
Doing the thing that he's supposed to do.
The thing, you know, where he did his ability, where he's supposed to, you know, crush his enemies. He's like, nah, I'm not at half health yet. You just wait right there. I'll be back. Then he's dead from Black. Then he's dead from Black Order. Right? Yeah, I'll be back. He's dead. All right. So it comes down to this, right? So what's in it for you, right? We call it the WIFM, right? It's a philosophy. What's in it for me, right? So if you're going to engage in anything, what's in it for you? Right? And, you know, what's in it for the company? We know it's money, right? We know it's what's in it for their investors. It's long-term results and sustainability, all these great things. But what's in it for the consumer? What's in it for me playing this game? And so I guess the idea behind it is each tier appeals to some element of the audience, right? So is this a character release method? Is this how Yellow Jacket and Zemo are being brought to the game forever?
I mean, we had a discussion a couple episodes ago where we talked about like if they're going to release new characters, at least like 40, like with the 45 unlock, as opposed to Blitz. Like I personally would be okay with that if it's free to play, and then like the people who pay for the battle pass get like double that, if not more. Personally, I would be fine with that. But like we were saying before, the new methods make it feel a lot worse. And so,
now you're gated. So if Yellow Jacket doesn't appear before, this new legendary comes out, Jubilee, who I think is going to be amazing, and then the kit's going to probably justify it, and I get why. I went on my you guys saw my rant.
Yeah,
but if this is where she's farmable and this is the Yellow Jacket for her, then that's going to be a question mark. What does this look like going forward? And I think that's probably something I was hoping they were going to address in this week's blog. Which, by the way, I was like, I got so excited, and then I was like, oh, this is what you're giving to me. This just, this is terrible. This is like, and I feel bad because I know what they want to say, and I was like, yes, their first week back, it's gonna be. I waited 2 months for this, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. That reaction was spectacular, man.
So I mean that's so it's frustrating because I get it. There's probably a lot of things to do, and most of it comes down to solving the consensus problem that RTA is probably a big issue. It is the development cost that probably hasn't met the demand and the results that it needs to be. That there is there's an element of bugs that are persistent in the game that are really hard to identify because unfortunately until characters release, they probably don't take them through the paces the way that we do because of time constraints and not being in the office, and it's just and they're compounding, right? When things go. When it's that snowball effect, right? And now we're at the bottom of the hill, and we're like, wait, is that an avalanche? And it was just a little tiny snowball that that nobody saw at the top of the mountain, right? And and we're going into potentially at what I mean, we have no idea what the next patch will bring, and we got a legendary character and pacing, and so it's just. I think the same thing happened last year, and it drove a lot of what fixed MSF was, right? I think a lot of people. So we had DD3, we had these aggressive release pace, and I feel like a lot of that has to do with like fiscal responsibility, right? For their fiscal year, I feel like it probably was driven a little bit by that. But now there's this talk that maybe this team is going to unlock another legendary behind this team.
Oh, the Skeleton team?
No.
The upcoming one?
Pimtech.
Wait, Pimtech for a second one?
I thought. No. You're saying there would be another legendary that's required.
Think Asgardian into Black Bolt into the next team.
Okay, so you're saying that inherently Jubilee will be required with
Potentially,
with maybe some type of the what is it?
Astonishing?
Astonishing
X-Men?
X-Men.
Yeah, Axemen.
Yeah,
Axeman.
the Axemen.
The Axemen are cometh, and they're gonna cut
Oh my
down
God, I
trees
just got that.
to make
That
money.
actually just clicked in my head. I didn't even get it at first. Wow,
Axeman
mental
cometh.
boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I mean, so the thing about it is, I think there's really some. There could be some truth to the rumors. It feels familiar. I mean, it was the same exact time frame, and why mess with something if it worked?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that, because then they're going to have what? They're going to have they'll have Iceman, Jubilee, Beast, Kitty Pryde, and the rumored / released by Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
Yeah.
Bishop
Bishop.
for the next character. So like having that, because then you're going to need Pim Tech that like almost nobody bought, in my opinion, for
Why would
the
they?
next. I mean, I don't know.
Like a stature is so fucking cool, right?
Well,
Like,
even with Ant-Man and Wasp, like for me to level them up to 7 yellow stars, I was like, really? I'm gonna do this? Like, click the button, do it.
I don't even want to hear it. You you could have pulled a 6 red Ravager Bruiser, and I would have been happier than you pulling a 6 red Wasp on my account.
Hey,
Like,
6 Res Wasp is actually pretty good. in my opinion.
I know it might be good, but I have such like a personal bias disdain towards Ant-Man and Wasp for no reason. Like, it's just a
I don't want to talk
just a
about Red
meme.
Stars. Just
but-
please change the subject.
You don't want you?
Don't
Okay,
worry.
sure.
We'll-
We could
we'll
definitely change the subject.
We'll get
I
to
don't-
it. Don't
Yeah.
you worry. Don't you worry.
In typical fashion, I'm jumping the gun here, but I just want to keep bringing up me false start. No way, no way. Anyways,
But
Continue.
yeah, so it's just like if that's going to be the new case of things, like you're almost like if you want to stay current, you almost have to buy every character that comes out to unlock them, because unless like I know for me, like in a Blitz release, I was able to at least get all characters to 4-star, and then in the week and a half we have to farm them before a legendary comes out. Like I could maybe get them close to 5. Like with like an extra character pack if I really wanted to. So like if you're free to play or Dolphin status or whatever, like you're just like kind of shit out of luck. But then again, like as we said at the beginning of the podcast, this is a game. So
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's the thing is like, is that so the Blitz changes, the Blitz release tiers that happened a few months ago, are now compounding the fact that if you don't have like, I know people at the top of the, there's people that never blitzed now that are in the top 100. That's something that you have to. That's it. Like, so that's gonna change the impact in the game.
let me ask the aficionado here on top 101 in Blitz, Mr. Vvash himself. What's been going on in your hood with the Blitz scores there, Mr. Expert?
oh, I haven't done anything.
Wow, thanks for
I'm
just
like,
ruining the setup that I just gave you.
I just like
I was like, here's the layup, and you were like, oh, boom, no,
block immediately.
block.
I mean, in the
Hit him in
past,
the head.
the past few Blitz, I haven't since they released Blitz Sim. I have not gotten to the top 100 for a new character release. I haven't even come close.
Have you tried?
Like, no, I've tried. I tried for round 1 of Yelena, and I tried the last time I got top 100 was I think Yellow Jacket. I was in like 85 or something like that. So I've tried, like the most I've pulled I think was, I want to say like 41 million with Blitz Sim, and that's with like stockpiling like 1,500 Blitz credits ready to go when they were giving away like the 175 cores gives you like 100 Blitz credits or something. I can't remember what it was, but like I had a boatload stockpiled, and I didn't even hit top 100 for that. I was like, why am I even attempting this anymore? So now I'm just aiming for 2 to 3 and be like, oh well, it is what it is. But it's just it's frustrating. From like I was able to do this, and if I wanted to push, I could get it, because like you said, like now all the people with the top, it takes 30 seconds to do a rotation if you want to, and you can do it 8 times, and that's it. Like even at like right now for Yelena, I'm at like 21 million. I was at 18 this morning when I woke up, so I was like, I've also been busy with work this week and other projects around the house. I just haven't had time. It's really to do much, and I just forget, because it's like, oh, I don't have timers set like I used to. But also, like, I don't know, I wasn't like super impressed by skilled military, so it's fine. But anyways, let's continue on with what happened this week or these 2 weeks and whatnot. Oh, she got the art real-time arena stuff. This is kind of goes with upcoming as well, but I want to ask. So on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they released the Kitty Pride
power graphic, right?
Yeah, the power chart. They say the best in rape, and then with that, if you look real close, you can kind of see a new character in there because we already knew.
You mean in the front row on the bottom right?
Front row on the bottom right, called Old Bishop. And for those who are watching right now, if you look, I'll put it in the screen. So like if you look right here, you see Bishop right there in the middle of the screen. Like, oh, hey, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even know about that. I mean, we heard rumors from sources if you have those kind of connections. But it's like they didn't tell us envoys about this. They didn't tell anybody else. They're just like, oh, hey, there it is. What do you guys?
Did they do that once before?
Oh, they've done it multiple times before.
Yeah.
But like, what do you guys feel about the fact that like, I mean, we're all envoys at this point that we had no idea from official news from anyone that this is all going out on public knowledge now, or
so
what?
Between you and I feel like they probably knew that we probably had access to it. I mean, people made videos on it, right? So I mean,
yeah, but like, okay, so this goes into a pet peeve of mine, and then which is why I mentioned this on something previously, and I've made this a thing. It's like, if people are going to be reporting on rumors, or we'll have some rumors coming up that we're going to be reporting, so I'm going to completely contradict myself in just a second here. But like, if people are going to report on rumors that are there, but then they will put out an official thing. This has like this new character that we were not told about whatsoever. Like, what's the point?
So it was in a data mine, and you got to understand it's from a marketing perspective.
I know, but they still didn't tell us like at all.
So it probably just goes to their marketing element. They probably had a marketing campaign behind this. They wanted to see what the response was on Facebook, and telling us would probably have damaged that. They have a release mechanism. They're not stupid. They have to have certain things go through different channels, and that lets them decide how to leverage things. If envoys create a certain degree of hype, then they have to measure that, and we have to understand that indirectly we're a marketing arm, and it is what it is.
That's a fair marketing answer.
Yeah.
So I know, but I'm still upset because they don't even like tell us.
It's fine. You can be mad, Vash.
I'm upset. I'm mad. All right, a lot of things personal life make me mad today. So let's go.
I get it.
I gotta have a rant today. You guys got two rants.
I love it. No, dude, I've had more rants than we ever need to talk about.
No, but like I said, for that, so the idea was, unfortunately, the impact was the majority of the people that tune into podcasts and watch Twitch and watch all that stuff had already been bombarded by the videos. There were probably already 50,000 to 75,000, maybe even more views on the Bishop League, right? Because it was in a data mine, and so it looked like the legendary event was actually captured, and a lot of people just it's just a thing,
Yeah.
So what they had to do is they kind of wanted to measure if Facebook was reaching a different audience. And that's it.
Yeah, but even still, like, even in the chat, it's still like radio silent about like, oh, hey, this is out now. What's the deal? And still nothing. So
well, I mean, so let me ask you a question. Do we know his kit?
Nope, no, don't know his
Nothing
kit.
about
But
it.
like,
Do
but
we
even
even
still,
know
like,
Jubilee's kit yet?
But
we know there's
people
passive.
want to know, right? People are like, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll get the information, but like,
Yeah.
even still, of like, hey, this character's going to be released via Facebook tomorrow. FYI, would be great.
You know what? What if I told you there's a 75% chance it wasn't on purpose?
Oh, I'm sure someone was just like, I was putting
Wouldn't
this together.
surprise me.
No, but I'm just saying it's definitely possible that they probably were like, all right, well, we'll put it in there. We'll see what type of hype is generated, because it's the first time they'll see the in-game art.
My thought is, and I'm only going to say this because I work with social media accounts and things like that, and posting and CRMs, and a lot of this stuff they do way ahead of time. That was not posted yesterday. They have that in a program that's set to post that, and there's always a chance that was set in motion like weeks ago, possibly, or maybe a week ago, and our point of communication, Cerebro or Zeeks or whoever is supposed to delegate that information to the envoys, just mental boomed and forgot to do so. I'm just saying that's a possibility. I'm not saying that that's what happened, but in the realm of possibilities, that's something I could foresee there being some hiccup in communication there internally where that gets leaked out. But that also might be a on purpose thing, because maybe they want to do that so that maybe some asshole out there can't, rush to market and ruin it for the rest of us, and they kind of like do
True.
that just to see like, hey, here's Bishop's coming out, but then they'll give us the actual information to talk about him so that the cat's out of the bag, and that isn't going to be a big, I don't know.
Just for perspective, right? Unfortunately, if you're a gaming company and you have your assets that are like you do regular updates, things are going to get data mined. You have it's an acceptable part of, and so I think if I managed a company and I knew that information, I would want to use different channels to determine which one was giving me the best results. I would need that information, and because maybe Facebook isn't as big of an investment, maybe because do you know anybody who streams Marvel Strike Force on Facebook? Because it's a streaming platform. I don't.
They don't have a
You're
category.
right, I
for it.
don't.
Yeah.
It's just if they, I looked it up maybe a year ago, maybe it's changed now, but I looked it up just when I was like trying to figure out whether if I want to stick with Twitch or do something else, or actually no, it was when I was connecting Facebook with like Restream to different platforms. They don't have a category for MSF at the moment on Facebook Gaming. So, but they have other mobile games out there. But yeah,
if you stream it, they will come.
That's true. Very true. But anyway, let's talk about what's upcoming. So we have the blog post that came out on Friday, which on January 15th, that said we have a new another event coming up called Covert Ops, saying lock and load tons of gear in upcoming Covert Ops event. Deploy your military characters in Arena Blitz and Raids and earn points towards limited time daily milestones. So another probably 2 weeks of daily milestones, kind of similar to what we have with the Red Alert stuff with Red Guardian. And then from there, you'll gain some Armory 14 and 15 ore fragments. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I'm guessing more purple gear to help gear up these characters.
So those are going to be G14, G15 gear.
Oh,
is my guess. It's probably sounds like it's designed to gear you up towards 14 and 15. So
yeah,
at least that's how I interpreted why it said 14, 15.
Yeah, that would make sense. And then we got the news that Ghost is going to the War Store for the usual 1,375 credits, war credits, for the 5 character shards. What do you guys feel about that, with her going there and not somewhere else like the Raid Store, now that we've had, 3 back-to-back characters go in the War Store, right? So it's X-23, Minerva, and now Ghost. What do you guys...
It goes in line with the fuckery of the game, in my opinion.
But I don't know. I'm not buying character shards at the moment. I'm spending all my war credits on G15.
That's the thing. But they want you to deviate. It's the decision process you have to make to yourself. Do I deviate from farming G15 gear to get character shards, or do I deviate from character shards to get DD15 or DD5 shards? Or wait, no.
All right.
Yeah, DD5 makes.
I'm sorry. I did it.
I got a theory we'll go back to marketing, right? Let's talk about this, right? So
okay.
You guys know there's like the people buy things for a few reasons, right? Emotionally, because it makes them feel good, or they like the person selling them the item, right? That's that interaction you have with a mobile game. You don't necessarily like the company, or you don't have a lot of interaction with a person, or an in-person like experience, right? So
right.
A lot of this is built on we call it's forced artificial scarcity, and we're going to call it pain. Whether the time and energy, because money for mobile games has always been, you can either spend time or money in a game, right? And so what's happening is they took away an element of time with Sim Blitz, and they introduced another method, which is why I called it is RTA Sim Blitz 2.0 or Blitz 2.0. Is it just designed to take away time? And so the idea behind it is, there's probably a conversion factor they're looking on to where people will spend money. Like they're like, I don't want to do this. I'm going to hit that button to spend those cores to get that gear that's gated behind there. Or I'm going to spend $20 to buy the extra tier, because I don't want to spend that much time in the RTR. I want these rewards faster. And that is the long and short of all of this, is how do we get people to feel the pain to spend more money? And we have to take it for the fact that they gave us a pretty darn generous gift with Blitz Sim, but it came with a huge caveat, right?
Yeah.
You earn less rewards as you're hitting sim. So like when we typically evaluate the time spent in blitzing, you get less rewards. It's less rewarding in the milestones you earn. If you do the old style blitzing, and I think what they probably thought is that that the old school blitzers would still want to basically blitz in the old method.
I did it for like the first couple of days on Red Guardian, Red Alert stuff, and I was just like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Like it's just like.
And they probably over evaluated the fact that if you look at that button, you're like, 3 hours, 3 seconds. All right, let's go. And I think that's what. So I think there's probably some learning to be done here, and so I get that we're frustrated. I know that they're aware of it. I feel like they're probably the firefighters putting out the dumpster fire that's RTA. There's probably a lot of eyes on it because there's been a lot of. I mean, mechanically, it's gotten a little bit better over time. With the matchups, I still get the random, 100. I'm facing a guy that's like 2,000, STP, and I've got like a, 7,900 or 790K team on the field, and they're like, auto quit. So it's just I get it, and it's far from perfect, and it's farther from fun.
Yeah.
So that's all I'll say.
That's a good way of putting it. Far from perfect and further from fun. All right. I like it. All right. So upcoming next is the next legendary event is Phoenix. For those who have not unlocked her, so new players, hope you have your 6-star Mystic Villain characters, right? Mystic Villain, or is there one other trait for that? I don't remember what it was.
Controller.
Yes, Mystic Villain Controller. Thank you. And then upcoming blitzes, we have Loki Blitz for those needing someone to unlock Phoenix, and then Kitty Pride's coming up. So then we'll have round 1 of Kitty Pride, and then following week will be Kitty Pride again, which is probably something else. But
she's low-key good, by the way.
Is she?
Yeah.
How so? Your mic's not working? What'd you do that for? Okay, hold on. We'll stop it.
You want to stop recording for a second?
I should have stopped before he left, because otherwise he's going to say he's recording again.
Check. That's so weird. It just literally just stopped like out of nowhere.
Check your cable. Is it loose?
No, it's not the first time. Like sometimes when we're podcasting, like it'll just like out of like I'll mute my mic just to go type something in chat, and then I'll unmute it, and it just won't unmute itself.
No, weird.
Is that a hotkey?
No, it's like on the screen. There's a mute
on the screen. You
button.
can hit the mute button to do it.
So maybe you should just do a hotkey for that and try to just bypass the screen.
I should just not mute my mic and
just go with
pay
that.
attention to you, lovely gentlemen.
It's fine.
So we were talking about. So what we missed something. You want to interject? I'm sorry.
No, I think he was just waving at us, being like, "Hey, FYI, my mic."
Yeah, I was just trying to. I knew
he
I
just
had
wanted
to
our
leave.
attention.
Hello.
I knew I need attention. No, I had to leave and come back, and I didn't want to interrupt you guys.
Yeah. No, well, thank you for that. Not just for just doing it, and I've been like, "Wait, what?" And like mid sentence, and then it makes editing way harder, which is great. But now, at least my internet's working this time around, right?
Yeah.
It hasn't had any issues. It's great. Figured that whole thing out.
Finally, the internet's working.
So you think Kitty Pride is great? Or good-ish?
So this kit is shaping up. This team is shaping up to be legit, like the solution for this new raid, and the fact that the evade on turn, defense up to the 2 lowest health. I mean, bravo. I mean, I'm enjoying just playing her with Beast, and the other X-Men are kind of left high and dry, but you can see already how the team's going to work. But right, did we really need this team, or is this a problem they created in there? But so new players probably aren't going to go out and just, unless they bought Pimtech, right, and want the Axemen. So it's really geared towards the Kraken levels, right? It's another Kraken team. Really is.
I mean, I'll have enough to unlock Jubilee out the gate, but I'm not gonna spend on. I mean, Iceman is like my favorite X-Men of all time. I'm still not gonna spend on him unless I for some reason pull like 5 or 6 red stars on him. Then I'll probably buy.
You will.
Saying that, and I will. I'm literally 50. I'm 56 star credits away from another 6 red star orb. So
I'm gonna wake up and like days come out, and I'm gonna get a 7 red, like another 7 red star, like long shot, and just be like, "Grr, costume Vvash!"
Yeah, you'll see me pull it. Absolutely, that's exactly what's going to happen.
You know.
But I'm curious. I'm speaking of. Didn't they say they were going to make Beast farmable sometime
so
soon?
They said soon, which we all know.
TM.
They definitely have their own version of soon. Just like I told my wife, don't worry, I'll get to it soon. So I mean,
I'm definitely.
I think we're all guilty of that,
of
right?
that. Yep.
So soon is relative, and relatively soon for them could mean August. So
2020.
So as long as this happens during in 2020, we'll be all
2021,
all happy.
yeah.
But I think they have to. Yeah, that's right. Oh, good. Oh, yeah.
Gotta get used to that again. I think.
I have it, by the way, so people can see the.
Oh yeah, you got the dumpster fire. That's great.
dumpster
Fantastic.
fire.
Love
The ornament Vvash sent me.
Anyway, then coming up, we have the next bonus and flash events we'll have right on the corner is Block Party, and then we just have right now that's going on or just finished is Payday. So hopefully everyone was able to log in and get your monies that we're able to, and then they'll have the 2 times city thing. So also, I want to talk about, since I was just complaining about people releasing rumors and whatnot. Have you heard? There are a couple rumors that are rumored out there. Some of which are in data mines, and one that is not is a hot take. But the rumored one I want to talk about is White Tiger and Shang-Chi for defenders. Like both of them having defender tags. So what do you guys have you heard about this, and what are you thinking about it?
Lame.
So White Tiger came from the same data mine as as I think, whatchamacallit,
Has the data mine server
it-
been broken? Because I haven't seen any new data mines like anywhere anytime soon.
have you not seen my channel?
Possibly not.
Okay. Anyway, I have it. It's being fed into my. Anyway, so there was a data mine. They found it in the JSON files. There was a character list where it basically has the names of the characters all there in there. So it was in there.
Mhm.
So you have like the. So will he be a defender? I think that's probably a likely landing spot, considering Punisher just got yoinked. Yoink.
Yeah.
Yoink.
All right, and then there's
Bishop.
then
That was the
Bishop.
word I'm looking for. Bishop and data mine, same time period. White Tiger.
Dark Cable.
Yeah. No.
What do you mean? He's basically like the same
No,
thing
no,
as
no,
Cable.
no.
He's like the evil version of Cable, isn't he?
What?
No,
Isn't Bishop like the evil version of Cable?
no, he's a good guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought in the comics he was like the
You're
the evil.
thinking of the TV show, the cartoon. He had a beef with the X-Men, but he travels back in time to
okay.
save
See, this is why I need
everyone from
Ash in here,
dying.
because Ashy's the one that always like corrects me on all of my incorrect comments on the canon.
Yeah, see, Joe has it right. Data mines haven't hit since December 18th. That's why I'm like haven't seen anything. So I'll have to look at your channel.
Oh, Strife is his evil clone. That's what. Okay, yeah, that's
Yes.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Welcome to the Marvel Universe show.
Dude, hey, listen, okay. I'm a Star Wars nerd more than a
Yes, hence the Chewbacca costume.
yeah.
Yes, but hence the Marvel poster behind you.
Damn it. I'm trying to make myself feel like I'm trying to take my foot out of my mouth, okay? Let me do
It's
it.
fine. It's all right. I tried loading up Marvel Unlimited last night because I wanted to read some new comics, and I could not get it to load whatsoever. So I was really frustrated with everything. But anyway, so you don't have any thoughts on?
Most fun I've had.
I know I have to uninstall and reinstall. I think it's just doing some weird shit. But so no thoughts about them coming to the game outside of just like we'll see.
So I mean, I think it's too early to speculate, and
Yeah.
it does make sense. The tags that weren't in the files that I saw, so I mean, it just wasn't like a.
Yeah, and I forgot that we have two more rumors that are not in any data mines. One is probably obvious, but the other one is I don't even know who this character is, but it was told to me, saying that Mojo and Richter would be coming to round out the X Factor. Thank you, the X Factor team. Mojo is obviously because you see him on the loading screen into Mojo's universe. I'm not really sure who Richter is per se.
So Richter is like a probability manipulator that's from the X Factor investigation. He was featured prominently in those storylines. He is, I want to say, Longshot's lover. they're tied. So really cool characters and really cool interactions. I like Richter a lot.
Okay.
So obviously there's also if a loading screen that showcases it says Richter, it talks about Richter and long shot. So it's being mentioned in a loading screen.
So there you go, something like that. And then one final bit of rumor in the rumor mill and whatnot is that there's a potential in the future, don't know when, soon TM, that there will be character skins coming to the game. We kind of got a hint of it with Deadpool's white skin way back in the day.
The X-Force costume.
Yes. But they're saying that the Battle Pass might be linked to new character skins. What do you guys think about having the Battle Pass? Since we were talking earlier about characters being released via Battle Pass, what do you think about using the Battle Pass to pave the way for character skins for different people?
So there is some, I guess, some marketing material from Samsung. Had it their Samsung store, and this is where a lot of these rumors came from. I don't know if you saw that. Is play Marvel Strike Force and unlock costumes, unlock special costumes. So there might be like think Avengers, where there might be some gaming element, like, hey, I subscribe to Samsung store, or I am a Verizon customer. Maybe there's some skins that are linked to all that.
Yeah, Fortnite I think did that thing where like if you had a Samsung phone, you logged in with a Samsung account or something like that, you got like a Galaxy skin or something like that.
Yeah. So I mean, to be fair, if they shift towards a cosmetic element, and that becomes part of their, their revenue cycle, then I don't see how that can hurt.
Yeah, personally, I'm okay with like if they want to say, okay, here's a battle pass, well, we have the battle pass, but it's like the battle pass is now going to be used to unlock skins. If you unlock it all there and you pay $20, you get 3 skins or something along those lines, or however it works, if whatever they decide to. Who knows if that's anytime soon or anything like that? But if they announce that that's going to be something there, personally, I'm all for it because maybe that means they'll shift away from egregious pricing or anything of that nature. Probably not, but I would, maybe they'll give us some more like those $1.99 character offers or something like that to help make up for it, or any of that nature.
I like skins. I like costumes. So I mean, I have spent probably like I genuinely don't want to know how much I've spent on League of Legends. I mean, it's not over 1,000, but even then, it's like I've probably spent like $1,000 on skins over the years. Like I've been playing the game for like 10 years, but or I guess 8 or 9. But anyways, I love cosmetic stuff in the game. I don't like if they were to make that like the main reward from the battle pass.
Chef's mic cut out mid sentence.
Mike.
Your microphone cut out. So, all right. So hold on. Let me stop real quick, and then we can go again. Are you gonna try something first, or you want me to stop recording? He looks visibly upset.
He does. I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, that's got to be frustrating.
I think you should try a different port on his. Maybe the Tascam is having an issue.
Why? Like, why? I wasn't even doing anything. I was like, the cord isn't even moving. It's like sitting perfectly still.
You would try after this. Try a different USB port.
I will do that. I will try that out.
Could be something weird, staticky, funky going on. Cat hair stuck somewhere. Who knows?
A cat hair. There's definitely cat hair. I live in my house is one giant hairball, so that could be the case.
Yes. So anyway, so we have all.
Yeah. So anyways, cosmetic skins, dope. I'd be down for them. But I remember at one point the conversation was they thought that they might actually like release different versions of the character, like it was going to be X-Force Deadpool or something like that. And
yeah, and I think that's like just to your credit, like that's actually a good conversation to have. Is do we need a Fat Thor? Or do we want a Fat Thor costume?
I would like a Fat Thor costume. Giving us a Fat Thor would be horrifically stupid. Like that would be. I feel, isn't there another game that does that where it's like all the characters are? Isn't it Future Fight or I don't know what game it is?
Future Fight has that. They have different costumes that change the ability of those characters
they change how they function.
Yes. I don't think I would like that. I don't think I would. That puts too. Well, first of all, I Scopely can barely get the game operating without factoring in shit like that. I don't want to see that in the game like at all, but I love the costumes.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah.
And Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, I guess, because they have so few like iconic characters that it's
yeah.
like, Jedi Luke.
And I mean I had that happen where it's like you start out with Luke Skywalker from Tatooine version, and then later on you got to get like the General Luke Skywalker, and there's, I mean,
Yeah.
it's, I hated it. I thought it was really dumb, but it was part of the game, and I mean, there's probably a reason why I burned out on that game extremely fast. But I just, anyways, that's another game. But.
Yeah, it would be cool because I would like to see different, because there's different variations of like different characters, like from the movies, like Infinity War Iron Man, or Civil War Iron Man, or like Captain America, but like with Falcon skin and whatnot too.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. Like
I
that'd be
kind of,
rad.
I actually think that they're kind of missing out on an entire other revenue stream by not having the skins in the game, and also to piggyback on that, considering their art department is the actual best part of the company, and that they're so good at their jobs, I feel like there's room for a lot of really cool shit there. And I mean, they could spike up sales without doing the dipshit that they do with the other, like screwing us everywhere else in the game. I mean, honestly, they could probably cut the prices of some of the main packs they have, would sell more of them, introduce the skins, and they would make up for the cut that they did on over here, and they would make a shitload of money on those skins. They would make a shitload of money on skins. I know it.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, a lot of the decision making comes from management and company owners and people who sit behind a desk and make decisions.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
happens a lot in almost every industry, of people who have a disconnect
Listen,
sometimes from
Scopely.
people.
If you want somebody to come fix your business, you hire Chef Dell's Web Services. I'll come over there. I'll shut some people up. I'll fire some bitches that ain't getting shit done, and we'll get this squared away with. Okay, we'll double your ROI. Okay, you hear that, Scopely?
Fantastic.
Nobody's
Love
listening.
it. Yeah. Moofy, if you think it's going to be $5 for Fat Thor, you're got enough coming in.
Fat Thor's gonna be like $50. What are you talking about, man?
Absolutely.
It'll be Fat Thor, 25 T4 cats, and 2 purple orbs or something like that for $50.
Honestly, if they keep it to just cosmetic and they don't put other stuff behind it, I think it invites people to make choices about the game. If they bundle it with stuff, right?
That's what they did in Disney. They would sell you the
Disney
character
what?
pack,
Disney
Sorcerer's Arena.
Yeah.
They would sell you the pack. They would sell you stuff to level up the character with, and they would also exclusively sell you a skin that you cannot access in the game without buying that original bundle. So it gave it some exclusivity.
I quit that game because it was too aggressive.
Oh no, it was aggressive, dude. That's why I quit the game, because it was like literally every week it was like 2 to 3 characters coming out, like one after the other, and I'm like, dude, what? How do you even keep up with this? Like, because the Disney universe is
almost infinite,
massive. Like,
yeah.
There's no end in sight there. So it was just too much to keep up with. And
you just have like the silver spoon from Beauty and the Beast and be like, here's $50 for that. You're like,
you're not wrong. Like, that's the kind of shit they were doing. And like Stitch was a perfect example. They made him so hard to get, and I don't know. But anyways, I just feel like that's something they could be doing, that they could be capitalizing big time on, that they haven't been. And it's actually surprising considering the game's been out for 3 years now.
Well, I mean, so we know that skins are probably, and maybe this
close
is
to it.
Maybe this is the ISO factor, right? Maybe this is like they just don't want to go down this path because they know that there's a strained relationship with the player base, that there's, so there's a lot of apprehension when we even talk about this, that there's going to be skins, and what is it going to look like? Are they going to have stats on them? Is it like plus 10% to brawlers? Is it going to be, that there's a lot of different ways that this can just go poorly.
Yeah.
So from that perspective, I think we have to understand that there's a reason why they're not here. I'm glad they're not here yet. When they're here, we'll have this conversation. Let's not speculate and cause it, because we don't know if that marketing stuff was genuine or if it was just a
fluke.
It could have been just mistranslated in
it could be.
So.
Well, have you guys seen this awesome new game on the Google Play Store called X Force or X Factor, whatever it is? Do you see that? It's
No.
like it's a complete ripoff of MSF.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you posted an ad about it, or a joke
someone,
about it, right?
Yeah, someone posted
Somebody
it
did.
in the chat. It's actually pretty funny. It's just a ripoff. It's quite funny. I think it's already been taken down. So unless you have it, Great. Anyway, let's move on to love or hate it, where we talk about one thing we love about the game, one thing we hate about the game. So since we always talk about things we love and hate about the game, we ask our guests. So, Reman, I'm sure you've already given us a lot of information, but quickly,
I want to know what you
briefly,
love about the game.
Tell me
Yeah.
what you love about the game.
So for
Don't say community. Don't you dare say community.
I mean, obviously, but that's
That's
I
the given.
already know. I know that's the rule. Rem, don't talk about the community. So from a perspective, I love very little right now. I feel frustrated, and I'm having a hard time articulating anything that I could find that's redeeming at this point in time. Because I spent a good portion of my afternoon trying to get through the battle pass because I can, get SSM ready for City DD4, which is my next objective after I finish these 2 nodes in Cosmic, where I went the path of least resistance with a lower cost, and so I love the fact that that there's some theory crafting out there. I just hate that it's about. Our theory crafting right now is about how to minimize our investment and manage gear. That's not fun. That's not the theory craft that I want to do.
Yeah. It's not the gear management. You want the actual, fun
Yeah,
theory
and
crafting, not
an
the...
unpopular opinion, I'm having fun with the .3 raids, but I'm also in the city lane, so.
Well, then, almost auto for you at that point.
Well, I mean, I'm still doing the global at the end and the boss node, so.
I gotta say, Doc is pretty good, man. Like, I just got him this last time around, and I bought I had 5 red stars, bought the upgrade to 6.
Oh yeah,
and
you
that
all got
was before I took a break. I will say that was my favorite part of the game, was playing with him, because he was actually very, very fun to plug and play with different units, and he actually was kind of an ass beater in real time agony.
Real time.
I had to remember. My brain farted for a second there.
Yeah.
But I'm stealing that name. I love it.
Yeah. No, I mean, and that's the thing, right? Is it really is, like, if symbiotes didn't come out, he would still be our number one conversation. Because, that's.
Yeah.
But symbiotes are here, and we're like, nope.
Yeah.
Can I talk about what I love about the game?
Yeah, go for it.
Not logging in.
I was literally about to say, I was like, not playing it?
I'm just kidding. I will be back. I'll be back. I just needed to get my head clear. And anyways, continue.
How did I know that's what you were gonna say? I just had a feeling.
Because you spend a little bit of time talking to me about things, life,
That's true.
and
That's
all
very
of the
true.
affairs.
And the pursuit.
Life, love, and the pursuit of happiness.
Exactly. All right. So before we get into our next segment of Red Stars, we have a little disclaimer that Red Stars could be considered gambling. If you have a predisposition to gambling, just know that there are people who are willing and able to talk. There will be a hotline that you can call down below. So if you have issues with gambling or any of that sort of thing, which we probably all do at this point from playing this game for 3 years, please hit next on the chapter marker, and that will take you to the advice section. But until then, you have been forewarned. So let's talk about Red Stars. I know you said you didn't want to talk about Red Stars, Reman, but I'm very curious as to what you why that was. But.
I went really hard on Red Guardian. I bought like almost every offer. I went crazy hard on him. Went, dug into the depths of my wallet, threw my wallet at the problem. 3 reds. I mean, I got tons of 6 red dupes and stuff, but 3 red stars.
Oh, that's it?
Mm-hmm.
For the Red Guardian?
Yeah, the Rem Guardian.
The Rem Guardian? Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear.
That's a cosplay you need to do right there.
I have.
Oh, you did it already? I'm sorry. I must have missed it.
You're not forgiven.
You're not.
Sorry. I'll track someone down for a picture of it. I know somebody's got one.
No, I appeared on it when we were doing the rumors with Valley.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
No, we will check it out for sure. But that's it. No, you didn't pull anything for Yelena or Kitty Pryde or anything like
so
that?
I got a 6 on Kitty Pryde, but that's that's just normal.
Yeah, that's just normal.
Just back. Let's just talk about bad Red Star pulls.
Yeah. Cool. Anything for Yelena or?
Yeah, Yelena's at 4. I didn't really go crazy because I figured I stopped at 4. I'm like, I can upgrade her just because skillitary for me. I have 11 attack teams that I'm pretty convinced are solid at the end game experience, even at the Kraken level. So I don't really I don't really push. I didn't really need them to push my roster. They didn't. They didn't solve a problem for me.
Okay.
So if I had pulled if I had pulled better red stars on Red Guardian, I would have Krakened on the team. But no, just said nope.
Do you think that if they gave away like a
No,
ample more supply of promotional credits, that it would solve some kind of issue in the game?
no, because people would inevitably level up like Gamora and then be like, "Where are my red stars?" It's unfortunate. The scarcity is designed. It has a twofold process, right? It prevents people from leveling up the wrong characters, and I think because of the way that the power curve was before, well, it's still significant, right? The 75% from the base is still pretty significant. Unfortunately, the real problem is how they value red stars. It has nothing to do with availability as much as it has to do with value, right? Because they sell us those 2 red star offers. Most of us, I think, probably if we were to poll the community and say, does a 2 red star have any value to you, or do you just like, oh, a 2 red star?
No.
How about you, Crondo? Any 2 red star have any value to you?
I did two red star yo-yo for a long time when I was doing like the infant stages of U7, and that was like the extent of the only usage I've ever used a 2-star character for, and that was a very icky experience. So I don't see why 2 red stars would help anybody ever.
So you felt that it just didn't like meet
No,
your.
it doesn't do anything, and especially once they flattened the stats and or they changed the values for everything across the board.
Mhm.
It's just you don't two you don't feel. You have to have at least I feel like 4 or even
4,
3 at
yeah.
the bare minimum. But 4 really is like the benchmark for actually feeling like it does something for your character. And even the jump between 4, 5, and 6 is drastic. And I mean, they tried to make it not as big, but even still, it's like comparing a 4-star version of something to a 6-star is like night and day, And I mean, granted, it should be that way, but you see a lot more 4 than 6s. So I mean, it's I don't know. I If you ask me, it's the it is from the consumer standpoint, it's the worst fucking game. It's the worst element of a game I've ever experienced in my 35 years of existence. From a buyers, or excuse me, from their side of things, probably the most ingenious sales tact, like or piece of I don't even know what to call it, but I mean I don't even want to know how much money they've made off of it. But the fact that it's like an endless cycle of gambling, because there's nobody in the game that has all the 7 red stars in the game. So like I
No,
don't
you
know,
get
like,
closer.
it's just
they come out too fast, right? Characters come out too fast, and
yeah.
so it's a balance, right? At some point, people get frustrated with red stars, get frustrated with progression, get frustrated with elements, and so if you frustrate your consumers too much, they leave the game. They find something else, and I
Yep.
think we're at that stage where we're seeing people just hang it up, and it's really hard to recruit right now. It really
How
is.
about you? How about you in the and I already asked you earlier, but like, you are somebody that is knee deep in that Kraken community and the top end community of the game. I mean, you're very involved in Legion, and how do you feel the overall outside of Legion? But I mean, do you see a lot of drop off in the game? Like a lot of people that were friends of yours or acquaintances or ex alliance mates of
Oh,
yours that are
I'm
just gone?
infinite number of people that
Yeah.
are gone right now.
Yeah.
There's
And do you think there's anything they could do to reel it back in? Because
I
they're
don't
at
I
that
don't
point,
I
right?
don't think they
Where
even know, because here's what happens. We'll call it the Kraken graveyard, right?
mm-hmm.
You can look at the DD4 leader, DD3 leaderboard, DD2 leaderboards. You can look at them, and that we call it the Kraken graveyard, right? You can look back in time and see the Krakens that have been burnt out from some element of the game.
Yeah.
But I think there's something more concerning, and that is there's realistically it's what happens to an account when it dies. And so they don't just disappear, right? They don't like a Kraken just very rarely stops playing. They maybe they stop spending and they go down to a different casual alliance, or maybe somehow the game is the account's maintained. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not the same. So they might be aware that there's this impact, right?
Yeah.
Because how would they be? Because it would have to be, log in, right? If they're still logging in, maybe it's a thing.
I feel like that's something that, well, I don't want to throw any shots at anybody, but I feel like that's something that a community manager should take note of.
Well, I mean,
maybe I'm misunderstanding the title or the responsibilities of that job, but I mean, if your job
sure
is
they
to,
do.
well, I think they blatantly ignore it. Well, that's my humble opinion, but I because when I voice my concerns about these types of things, someone that I find to be someone I don't like very much. No, okay, actually, let me rephrase that. When I present this to in the Envoy chat, right? I'm coming from the perspective of someone that does not play this game for a living. Okay, I'm not a full-time content creator. I come here with you guys once a week to do this. I have a business. Okay, I operate and I work 50, 60 hours a week on it. Now, when I made my initial rant about how I feel that they have really missed a lot of people's outcry for downplaying the amount of time that people, or excuse me, for reducing the amount of time people spend in the game. There were 3 individuals that came back to me and negated what I said. All 3 of them play this game for a living. So they have everything to benefit from spending more time in the game. I have everything to lose from spending more time in the game. My opinion gets shot down immediately. I'm the individual that's out there that has a job that can pay to be a kraken or a whale. Okay, these individuals over here that play this game for a living don't make that kind of money to be spending $10,000 a month or a year on this game like some of the people are that are at the top of DD4. Okay, so my thing is that they're kind of like tone deaf in listening to the larger portion of the community because they only cater to the people that are playing this game for a living because they're the ones that bring in the most attention for their free marketing usage. And that's my opinion on it.
That's your hot take, and I'll tell you that's probably. I mean, there's probably some truth to that, right? You got to understand that there's probably going to be some truth to that.
Yeah.
However, to think that the community managers don't have an idea of what they are. I mean, you got to think about it. There's probably a well-oiled machine, a well-working machine has many components, right? The thing about complex machinery. The more components they have, the more ideas that, and so
Sure.
community managers represent a piece of the puzzle, and they're kind of the bridge to the community, and and so they also function in probably some sort of development aspect that they probably give feedback on will people like this? Let's find out. Let's talk about it. And so I'm not taking it personally because I definitely and you and I have conversations, and like I do this for a living. I mean, it's a content creator for a living, and so.
But you didn't downplay my opinions.
Because I would never downplay anybody's opinion because you're entitled to them. And
right. So I didn't want you to think I was taking jabs at you.
No, but it's your unique perspective, and so you're voicing. Every voice that you hear that speaks up in a forum represents 10,000 people who don't speak up for themselves, ideally, right? So you got to think about that from that perspective, that when you're saying something, you represent a sentiment, unless you're, completely out of touch. You represent a sentiment that is probably echoed throughout a portion of the player base. And so to discount that or to undermine it is foolhardy. And so I think there has to be some sort of a balance with that. But to share my perspective, the game is in feeling. I do this for a living, and at one point yesterday, I was so frustrated. I was like, is this what I want to do? Why am I so attached to this game? I'll be honest. I mean, it's just
Come play Star Wars with us.
But I mean, I sat there and I was looking at RTA, and the problem I had was I started just like, pardon my language. I'm not putting money in the swear jar. This is free.
Hell yeah.
Those swear jar rules.
Let it rip.
But I was like, fuck this guy. Why is he fucking targeting my carry character for my and then I was mad at the person, and I said, this isn't the community that I want to, espouse. And I was guilty of, like, when they would do that, I was just like, fine, I'll just quit. And so it was doubling down on frustration. And so there's definitely some sort of balance where people are hanging it up, and I felt it because yesterday was my family day, and my wife was like, "Hey, oh, what are you doing there, Ace? You're in front of your phone," and this is a big deal. That in the effort to reduce screen time, they've increased.
Increased screen time.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and I do this for a living, so I'm actually more acutely aware of like budget for characters, and this pace is untenable for Krakens. They're not going to want to spend on this many character releases this quickly. They need to slow it down, Tiger.
Slow it down.
And so I think that's the problem. Is there's definitely now I this game's success is currently my success. I have a lot to. I stake a lot of my future on this game's success. I mean, I was hoping Marvel Avengers would be great, but
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Well, Future Revolution will be out in the next 5 years at some point. So
Oh,
there's
I
that,
thought Realm of Champions was going to be a great game.
yeah, but I mean, so I think, and just to be fair, I mean, I had this whole idea that was Real Time Arena their way of taking the competitive PvPers and keeping them away from Super War and Realm of Champions and other games like that. Was it supposed to appeal to the PvP element and was supposed to counter that release? Because that's really, and that's what I would do. I would definitely.
That's an interesting thought, actually. I never looked at it that way.
Yeah. No, I mean, and so, I mean, some people are going to be like, well, Kraken support the game and it's their fault for doing it. No, it's the idea behind it is there is that fallacy that exists that basically that, you can't walk away and you can't drop it. I have stopped spending for long periods of time, and I have been able to maintain it, but I went from top 17 to 69 to 85, and I've scaled it back because
69.
I'm 85. I think I'm like what 85 now or something. But I so to sit there and point fingers and say, well, it's so and so's fault. It's nobody's fault, because ultimately the people are going to spend whatever they feel like on games, and this isn't even the most Kraken driven game I've ever seen. Not even close. I mean, so honestly. This whole divide between Krakens and free to play, no, everybody realizes that they coexist. They need to coexist. So, I think that's frustrating that we're at that point where people are like, it's the Kraken's fault. There's too much to. No. Okay. Here it is. Last thing I'll tell you guys. This is what's frustrating. Games have a balance. There's an economy, and unfortunately, they found one that works. All right. What percentage of people buy something, and what proportion of people spend very little, and what people live in the middle, and the RTA is a conversion. All right, they're trying to get a different conversion rate. People to convert into different rates. Costumes will be a conversion rate to get people who don't normally spend it to spend, and so all these things are about. Would offers still be $50 if more people spent on the game? The problem is we will never know, because that's the price that people have learned to accept. It was the price that people gave feedback when they were in beta. It is exactly what it'll be so hard to move that dial over time that there is an illusion that somehow, 500 Krakens, and by the way, we're going to call that the top 500 we can potentially call Krakens, are going to change.
It might as well be.
You're going to change the dial. No, that's not the impact. The impact realistically lies in the middle. So, and that realistically is probably the game company's fault, and that's because they just haven't identified how to entice more people to start spending.
Yeah. So, continuing with Red Stars.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's the
you're
longest Red Star portion we've ever done, I think, at this point.
Yeah,
But no, a lot of good information and a lot of good thoughts and discussion about that. But yeah, so I pulled 5 Red Star Red Guardian and Yelena, and 3 on Kitty Pryde, and that was pretty. Oh, and I pulled a 6 Red Star Kree Oracle which is great. Rip.
Woo!
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
From the basic orb. So there was that. So not great, but either way, better than whatever. Anytime there's a 6 red star upgrade, no matter what it is, as long as it's an upgrade, I'll take it. But then for I heard Chef got some nice upgrades. He got a 5 red star Cyclops and a 6 red star Wasp and a 4 red star, I want to say Zemo? I can't remember. So
I pulled a 5 red Guardian.
yes, you did 5 red Guardians.
So not disappointed
RemanX
about
says
that.
left chat.
Even though I won't get.
And then you have 4 for Kitty Pride. So.
I didn't even think about that when I said it, but yeah, that's sorry.
Yeah, that stings. So sorry.
Well, I mean,
At least there's
if we
promotional
want to
credits.
compare Red Star rosters, I mean, we could go there if you want, man. I mean, I can assure you that mine is like the saddest shit you could see. So, I'll take my
I lost
one
his
win.
weight. My pants have a hard time keeping up, so we might as well measure it.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that was the Red Star rants. Anyway, so what do you have for us for team advice, Raymond?
Yeah. So, sorry. Don't crack it on him.
Don't
There you
crack
go.
them.
Don't crack it on him. You probably can't afford the T-Force.
Yeah.
That's
there's
it. That's
that.
all I'll say. We watched a video. I have a video up on it. We'll make it very simple. I mean, I can give you guys some fun teams. Unfortunately, we're at the end of the event. I would have had a really cool couple of teams you could have used to maximize your event here. So next time there's another in-game event, maybe I'll pop on and give or send it to you guys.
Okay. Fair enough. Now it's back up. Okay. Sorry about that.
Are you though?
It completely crashed. I'm sorry. Streamlabs OBS just crashed. OBS never crashes on me, so but we did it anyway. Drink, yes, exactly. That's the new and then Chef's mic's not working. Go ahead and just restart it. Go ahead and restart it. I've already stopped the stream. I've already stopped the recording. Go ahead. Leave and come back.
We're waiting
Come
for
on.
you.
Do it. We're waiting on you. Overachievers Technical Podcast, as it always is. So,
Hi.
welcome back.
Hello.
Hi, I'm
Is
here.
it me you're looking for?
Oh,
Yes.
it is.
Anyway, so what's your favorite character in the game right now, Raymond?
My favorite character is the Red Guardian.
Oh, that's right. You already said that. That's right. I'm sorry. I already asked
Oh my
you that,
God,
and then
that
we
was
got hit.
cool. That was perfect.
And then we got interrupted with technical issues, and then it escaped me again. So, all right.
I
So we
punched
have
my mic into working properly.
There you go. We had one person ask me a question, and I totally forgot to put it in the chat about
Higgy asked
know,
something, I think.
Q&A. Something about where would you put Ghost in a team if you're not building Pimtech?
Oh, there's a lot of different places to put him. So offense on Supernatural for an extra turn of extend. You've got defense with teams that are specializing with debuffs or annoyance. If you have the whole team, they tend to draw out BH 2.0 to make him the most successful. And there's other teams that'll beat him. If you, I guess there's Dad Bros. They can definitely synergize with that team. You can play around with her from the time rewind and the speed up. There's definitely some manipulation there. She's definitely, probably most people are forecasting her to be usable in Dark Dimension 4, or probably one of the characters they're going to be bringing in Dark Dimension 4. So I guess because, and so I made a video about Pimtech because I anticipate a lot of people are going to bring them up for Legendary. And I think we'll be showcasing how to make them use or how to use them in the raids and how to use them in a lot of the content, because I think it's going to be important, because by default you want a team that's going to unlock a Legendary to be good. So hopefully we can showcase them in a way that'll be good.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm with Higgy as well, saying Higgy saying I'm only using Ghost in G4. I as well. Everyone else for me is T12 currently and level 65. I think is where everyone's sitting at for me right now. But Ghost is I just need 2 more tech pieces, which I will get once I finish my milestones for Arena or Real Time Arena or Real Time Agony, and then we'll be able to take her into DD4. So I'm probably like a day or 2 away from hitting level 80, and then I can get it. I got like 6,000 more XP to go, so we'll see what happens with that soon enough. But yeah, that's the only question I think that we got. Anyway, Reman, thank you very much. Yeah, lunchtime indeed. It's
I got to talk about this. Now that I'm on the diet, I'm actually really disappointed because I never got the donuts in the mail. The chef pro nuts. I never got my chef pro nuts.
That's the reward for finishing.
I think they got lost in the mail. Like maybe the mail guy ate them. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sorry about
that. Well, yeah. That's okay. That's okay. I remember that.
Yeah. Don't worry. When I fly up and we have the OG
meet up,
OG throwdown, the cook down or whatever, I'll make some. I was actually thinking about like what I would actually make for you guys, and then I thought about like, ooh, I should make some nice like apple and cinnamon spice donuts or fritters or something like that. We'll have some fun. It'll be a good time.
I'm making my my signature Italian chili.
Oh.
Have you heard the recipe? The spicy sausage with the fresh cilantro with yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I've been
bean con.
Yeah,
that sounds fantastic. Yeah, I like it. Yeah,
that'd be good. Yeah, I've actually been. It's funny enough is I've been eating more vegan lately, even though not 100% vegan, but I'm like, let's say like 75% of my meals are vegan. So.
I'm probably as close to vegan as I'll ever come. I had turkey bacon.
Turkey bacon's fire, dude. If anybody's trying to hate on turkey bacon,
if you cook it well, it's phenomenal. The problem with the turkey bacon is it has to get crispy, which is the way I used to like my old bacon a little soggy, but yeah, turkey bacon once you crisp it up, you don't miss it.
And if anybody needs any tips and tricks on how to cook your food properly, holler at your boy.
Yeah, come to our Discord, which you can find in the description below. But anyway, Raymond, thank you very much for joining us again this week. Where can people find you on YouTube streaming, Twitter, Discord, all that fun stuff?
RemanX is just real easy. I've gotten all that stuff on there, and more to come. There'll be some stuff coming up. Hopefully, we'll be doing our own branded stuff coming soon, and we'll talk about it more. The release will be coming out around my birthday. So.
Fantastic. Well, happy preemptive birthday too. So
yeah, it's been about a year since you found me.
That's true. Oh yeah, has it been?
Oh yes, when
February 3rd, Super Bowl.
When Reman watched my girlfriend walk out of the room.
Yeah,
yes.
That was like so Reman saw the ex-girlfriend walk out.
We're having our 1 year anniversary.
Fantastic.
Good times. Good times.
You can find us on Instagram at og.podcast. Our Twitter is overachieversp. Our website is ogpodcast.fm, where you get this episode. Every episode, we're talking about Marvel Strike Force, video games, and relationship advice of like how not to record a podcast to have your girlfriend stay with you. So, anyway, thank you guys very much for joining us. Ashley Pastrana will be back with us next time when we do our normal Overachievers Gaming podcast, where we talk about video games. It's always the last episode of the month, so make sure you tune in for that one, which will be actually the last one. The next one, it'll actually be my birthday weekend. So next weekend.
Wait, it's your birthday too?
28th. Yep.
Dude, I did not know that. But we're like, I was on the third. I'm on the 30th.
Oh, 2 days away.
28, 30, and I'm the 3rd. February, so we're all close.
I mean, it's all good birthdays,
so
man.
That's when we're gonna get together next year when COVID is over. Oh, actually, before that, I hope.
I love it. Yeah, it's great. So
that could be round up. That could be meetup number 2. Okay, we could
go.
We're gonna drop the deuce.
But anyway, thank you all for coming and hanging out. Shanksy, thank you very much for the raid on Twitch. Thank you guys very much. We'll see you guys all soon. We're gonna go raid somebody else. All right, cheers. Thanks.
Yes.
Well, we got a raid. Who is up? Stream is still up, just so you know.
Have you seen? Let's see. So you have Shauno, you have Taco Shooter, who.
I like the name Taco Shooter.
Have you not seen Taco Shooter? He's fun.
I have not. Was Remen staring at her butt?
Is
No,
yours
she
a-
walked. She walked out too quick. He didn't get a chance.
No, I saw it. It was okay.
It was okay.
You can do better.
Her butt wasn't. No, I'll be honest with you. She had other phenomenal assets, but that one did not have a nice booty.
You could do better. All right, that's all I'm saying.
Oh, by the way, the situation has progressed. I asked her top 5 favorite movies. First thing she says, Empire Strikes Back. I was like, oh.
Are you kidding?
Oh.
Is she just
She's blowing smoke.
She said The Empire Strikes Back, man. That's my favorite movie. Like, and then I just asked her. I was like, "Do you game at all?"
So,
she's like, I just got a Switch for Christmas. I'm like, oh,
All
there
right,
we go.
Here's what I'm gonna say to you. By the way, first off, I just saw her number on Twitch. Everybody just saw her phone number.
No, there's no way because this is this is Instagram.
I'm just joking around.
Okay.
So the second thing, just make sure
I was like, wait a second, let me check.
No. So yeah. So just stop right there. Slow down. I know what's going through your head. I know your biological clock is ticking. But
My biological clock.
Don't scare this one away.
No.
Come on, Empire Strikes Back. He's freaking. He's like, I'm going to Jared, right? That's that where you're going?
Jared's, yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
got into Jared's.
Your first date's at Jared.
Wait a minute, Remen. Should I go ahead and cancel the pre-order that I just made? I mean, was I
You
getting a little
should,
too ahead of
absolutely.
myself?
Yeah, wait till date number 2,
Yeah. No, I mean,
maybe 3.
it depends. Like I met my wife and I knew like pretty much instantly. So when you know, you know. And if Empire Strikes Back's all it takes for you to know, then pull the trigger.
I mean, if you're
But
gonna,
you got to start with the prequels first. You got to see how she does with the prequels, and then you.
No,
can go from there.
no, you don't. You never even have like my kids will never see the prequels. I'm sorry, until they leave the house. They're like, Dad, why didn't you tell us about them?
And then they discover.
Did you watch
yeah.
them?
Yeah. Anyway, we're actually a guy who we were actually going to have on the podcast way back when, before COVID even hit, is actually streaming right now. He's playing Path of Exile. His name is Zach Mayfield. He's a drummer for the band Oh Sleeper, like one of my favorite bands of all time. So we're actually going to rate him for a bit because he's only got a few people, and he's actually pretty good at Path of Exile. So hit that raid button. Say what's up to Zach, and
Zach?
And we can try to have. I've actually been meaning to run to hit him up again to be on the podcast, but he's normally only available during the week, not on the weekends that we normally do our podcast. So maybe there's something that we will figure out and go from there. So anyway, go say what's up to Zach. We'll be around later on. See you guys next weekend. Peace. Bye.
Later.
Later, Gators.